Hey everyone, we're back with Academia School Simulator Devlog number 5. We are Squeaky Wheel, an indie PC game developer based in the Philippines. My name is Ryan Sumo, and I am back with my co-founder.
Kristen Angeles, game designer of Squeaky Wheel.
I like how you announce, your title every time. Alright, but before we move on, we're gonna announce the winners of the survey that we held last month. Okay, so this month we were focused on completing the game flow. Basically, what that means is just trying to make a complete playable game from start to finish, from title screen to a game over screen. This is really important because when we launch the game for early access, we want to make sure that, even though not all of the mechanics are already finished, we'll still have a complete game that you guys can enjoy. So this is a title screen. It's pretty simple. We'll make some improvements to this in the future, but let's go ahead and start a game.
Currently, we only have the start game and the settings button.
Anyway, now we're at the customized school logo. We showed you this a couple of months ago, but basically we wanted to make sure that you guys can customize your school in as many ways as possible. So let's get rid of these maybe copyright infringing icons first. And let's go ahead and make a school. So I'm not sure. I'm sure you guys don't know this, but Tristan went to a multiple intelligences high school in high school, and I'm sure a bunch of you guys have gone to a multiple intelligence school. Not knocking that. It's kind of cool, but also a little bit funny at the same time.
It's called Cabriba.
It's called Cabriba. Can you spell that out for me?
CAHBRIBA.
Does that mean anything? Cabriba?
I have no idea.
Alright, and as for the school motto, since school mottos are usually in Latin, I looked up, thanks to Google Translate, I looked up multiple intelligences in Latin, and Google says it's multa intelligentsia.
Multi-intelligentsia.
It fits perfectly here in the school motto area. So do you remember? Did you guys have a school seal? What school colors did you have?
Our uniform was brown.
Our uniform was brown.
Yeah,
We don't
brown
really
slacks and white polo shirt.
We don't really have a brown. I guess this is kind of brownish. We don't have white, so maybe orange and yellow. That's kind of cool. What would you say your the school
seal? Well, I think we had a torch in the
torch.
Do we have a
Let's
torch?
see. Do we have a torch here? Tree, wheat, atom, basketball, compass,
lantern.
a lantern.
Do
Do we have a lantern?
There was.
Was there? Oh, there you go. Okay, so lantern. What else?
Lantern. A book. Do we have a book?
A book. Well, we have a parchment. That'll do.
Okay. We just put the pillar in the mountain.
Okay. Were you guys next to a mountain?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Pillar. All right. So Cabriba School. Their school motto is Multa Intelligentsia, and and this is their custom school seal. All right. Let's go ahead and play this school.
So the first feature I'd like to talk about today is grants. To open the grants menu, just click on this button here on the upper left corner of the screen, and you'll be taken to the grants menu. So grants is our quick and dirty way to replace the tutorial menu, right, Ryan?
Yeah, so making a proper tutorial actually takes quite a bit of time, more time than you guys might realize. And so in some ways we're relying on the fact that there are a lot of you that have already played games like RimWorld or Prison Architect or even like another Brick in the Mall, and And so that kind of understanding or knowledge should be enough to let you play the game with these basic instructions. So if you click on, so you've already clicked on the basic education grant. Can you talk a little bit more about how grants work?
Okay, so let's talk about the first grant that will be available to you in the game. It's called the Basic Education Grant. So every school starts from the basics. Use this money to build a basic school complex. So the Basic Education Grant gives the player a set of requirements. Like, for example, let's look. You need to build a classroom, a faculty room, a cafeteria, a kitchen. So everything that a school needs to operate will be required in the Basics Education Grant.
So let's click on the to-do, like the to-do list tab over there. So you'll see like all of the requirements there. Why don't you go ahead and quickly build a classroom, just
okay.
so we know what happens. So put down a brick wall.
Oh, there. I'm building a classroom.
See, I'm making sound effects because we don't have sound effects yet.
Okay, let's build the walls and the door. And then let's put the zone.
You failed. It's too small.
Is it too small?
Yeah, it's too small.
Okay, let's expand it. Okay. Oh my god, this is a very bad looking school.
Yeah. This is terrible. You're not good at this at all.
Okay, wait.
Okay, let's remove that zone.
Okay. Classroom.
Finally,
there.
yes. Okay. Check the note. Check the requirements.
Okay, we need a chalkboard, 10 student chairs, an office table, and a chair.
Okay.
So, there. Let's click that. An office table.
Yeah, don't bother with the rotations. Just put them down anywhere, anyhow.
Okay. And a student chair, at least 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. The last one. Put the last one somewhere stupid.
Here.
Yeah.
Here.
And at the end, the corner. There you go. All right. Speed it up. Boop, 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 boop.
There.
And there you go. And now you can see that it's been crossed off the to-do list. Yeah, so that's basically how it works. And once you finish the entire to-do list for this grant, click on the grants thing, you'll unlock a bunch of different grants. So why don't you click on the other grants we can actually do? So like stuff to do with like opening a clinic, etc. So basically these grants at the start are just here to guide you through like making a like a proper functioning school. Okay, so lastly, just to complete the game flow, we now have a game over state. Tristan, can you talk about like what it takes to get a game over?
Well, right now, in order to get a game over state, you need to have your funds reduced to less than 0. That means your school basically goes bankrupt. Maybe this is due to overspending, hiring lots of staff, or building too much buildings.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for the most expensive teacher. Okay, that's Hang Carousel, who costs $17,000. So we'll hire there.
So yeah,
oh wait, I thought that would have done it. Wait, let's hire a bunch more teachers.
Yeah. Overhire.
Let's see. You cost a bit. Okay, I'll hire you.
Okay, so in the future, right now it's just about funds, but in the future we're thinking that you'll get a game over screen when you reach 0 in prestige. So prestige is basically your reputation in the game world. So when you reach 0 prestige, due to maybe like having students drop out of your school because of bad management, then you're going to lose the game.
Alright, well there you go. There's the game over screen. It's really sad. We actually had, like, when we were interviewing a programmer the other day, and he was playing it, and like within like 30 minutes or so, in less than an hour, he got a game over, and he said something like Like this is like the Dark Souls of simulation games because it's so hard. I'm not sure how that would work as a marketing slogan, but yeah, maybe. I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
So we didn't get to do a lot of graphics work this week, but one thing that I did was that I tinkered with the character outlines and made them a little bit more colorful. I think it adds a lot more, vibrancy to the characters when they have these colored outlines. It's not so obvious here, I think, but here's a still image, a JPEG, so that you guys can see the difference. I guess opinions might be divided on this, but it really made me happy, so I think we're gonna stick with it.
Okay, so the next feature I'd like to talk about is the aggregated student information panel.
It's kind of a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. So basically, you open it by clicking on the info button below here. So it's this panel.
So tell me what we're looking at here.
Here we're looking at the average stats of all the students in your school.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see here, the students are pretty
they're kind of hungry.
Their hunger is going down.
They're not having fun.
And they're not having fun. So as you can see here, let's close that. They're all in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
So
it's
yeah.
weird though. They're not.
Are they?
They're not eating for some reason. I don't know. There's something wrong going on here. But anyway, let's click on one of the students. Just to show you. So basically, right, it's the same information for each student. We're just kind of aggregating it into one panel. So click on the info button again. So just so that you have a better idea of overall how your students are, how they're feeling.
So if you're it's a handy tool. If you're lacking in food, you know that you need to build you know how to handle that.
Maybe build more cooks, or maybe make a new canteen. Maybe you don't have enough space in the canteen. So just a really useful tool to have around.
Yeah, so right now we're just showing the student information panel, but in the future we might have a panel for teachers or staff.
Yeah. So if if they have motivational issues or something, or they might go on strike, it's something that you wanna keep an eye out on. Speaking of which, let's check out the staff population panel. Oh, now they're eating. Why weren't they eating earlier? That's really weird. Anyway, at least now they figured out.
Yeah, you only have one
how
cook,
to eat.
maybe. Who wasn't cooking food.
Okay, so here you have the staff information panel. So you can see how many staff you have. For example, you have 2 teachers, 6 workers, 1 cook, and maybe we can hire a new cook using this. There you go. So now we have a new cook. So this is a good way to just keep an eye out for how many staff you have. Maybe if you think you have too much staff. Actually, previous to this build, we didn't even have a way to fire your workers. It's we were working. I have a hard time. It's weird. It's a very weird psychological thing. I can't fire myself. But yeah, so it was we had a really, really strong labor union, and we couldn't fire our workers. But now that labor union is gone, and we can fire at will. I will not fire myself, but I will fire Enid Pastora. So let's click on this. Goodbye. You have no recourse. The law does not protect you.
My kind of school. No,
right, but in the future, we'll probably have some sort of, when we do the aggregate staff panel, maybe it's possible we'll have stuff where you can if you keep on firing your workers, then the motivation will go down. And other stuff like that.
Your staff will hate you if you do that. Maybe.
Maybe they'll go on strike. These kind of things we haven't really implemented in the game yet, but there's obviously a lot of room for that kind of thing. Okay, so the last things that we did are a bunch of quality of life stuff, just things to make to make it easier for you to play the game. So for example, previously when we would build like walls and stuff, I don't know if you guys noticed earlier, but now when we build, we'll show you like how many tiles you're actually building and how much it costs. Same goes for the zones. So previously, like when you would like lay down zones, you wouldn't know how many tiles you were doing, so you'd actually have to manually count it out. But now, yeah, so now we have that. And yeah, another thing that we did that I think Tristan is really excited to talk about is demolishing.
Yeah, so I hate school. I'd like to like destroy it as much as possible. So in previous iterations of the game, in order to like destroy stuff, you need to click on them individually,
and
right?
Dismantle
and then
them.
click on dismantle. There. Basically the dismantle button.
Mm-hmm.
So there. Right now we now have the demolish button there. So you can now destroy large areas of school.
Oh no!
Let's destroy their school.
Wait, but everyone's going home. You picked a bad time. It's a good time to destroy school because no one's going
to get hurt.
Well,
okay,
that was anticlimactic. Maybe hire some new staff. Hire some more workers.
Okay.
There you go.
All the workers are
and
fired.
they're all going.
Except that worker.
What's that? This one worker. Oh no, he's going home too.
What did you do?
Well,
Okay.
they'll come back the next. There you go. Okay. Now they're gonna destroy it for real.
What's hard there?
Okay.
Destroy the school.
The wrecking crew's in. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay. So yeah, that's the demolish button right now.
Why don't you destroy this thing while the guy he's washing dishes, and I'm gonna destroy his kitchen while he's washing the dishes. No, what did I do? Did I? I'm not sure what I did. Well, okay. So that's the demolish button.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else to say about that?
No.
Oh.
No more.
All right. Okay, so that's it for this month. You guys might have noticed that the title of the video says something about a big announcement. Well, we're very excited to announce it. We're excited to announce that Academia School Simulator will be available for early access on our website and through Steam starting September 8th. Alright, our goal was always to, get the game to a playable enough state where we could then start taking feedback from you guys to help us shape the game. We think we're at that point now, so we're excited to share it with you, but also super nervous about this. So we hope you guys will support us when the game comes out. To be updated when the game launches, please do make sure to follow us on Twitter or sign up for our mailing list. Tristan, do you have any thoughts about our launch?
Right, like Ryan said, we're very excited about our launch. I hope you are too. I'm very excited about our launch. Like, it's the first day of school, and I don't know anyone there, and all the mean kids are coming to get me. Okay.
I don't.
That's all.
All right. Well, there's nothing to say. There's nothing I can say that'll ever top that. So yeah, make sure to check out our website on September 8th and try out the game. Thank you very much. Goodbye.